The Master's Mysteries, Tales of Magical Mastery, Episode 80. So, Liao Fengyi and the others, after several days of trekking, finally entered the vast grasslands. Hey, Black Fox, a gentle breeze blew across the green expanse, resembling an endless sea. White clouds dotted the sky, and eagles soared high above. The scenery of the northern desert filled the hearts of the three with joy. How much farther do we have to go? I'm really starving. Eat less. It's a weight loss strategy. I shouldn't have released that groundhog this morning. No matter how beautiful the scenery, hunger cannot be ignored. They had walked nearly 100 miles on the vast grasslands without encountering any inhabited places. Yesterday they had caught a few groundhogs, which were delicious but hard to catch, wasting time and delaying their journey. All right, we're almost there. Listening to Liao Fengyi's constant complaints, Black Fox became a bit annoyed. He had come to the grasslands 100 years ago, but the nomads roamed with the pastures, and he had no idea how things had changed now. Look over there. Just as they were speaking, the three of them climbed over a hill, and the sharp-eyed Black Fox spotted a few white dots ahead. They were indeed the tents of nomads. Haha, finally something to eat. Let's go. Mare's milk wine and roasted whole lamb are waiting for us. They had finally seen signs of civilization. The three of them urged their horses and galloped downhill towards the nomad camp. However, the excited trio was unaware that a great danger targeting them was gradually unfolding. First, let's talk about the eagle that had been circling above the three for a while. Seeing the three heading towards the nomads' tents, it suddenly swooped down towards another hill where several people were standing. This eagle, upon seeing the black-clad figure standing on the hill, dived down immediately. The massive eagle, with a wingspan of nearly 2 meters, approached aggressively, but the person standing there remained motionless, showing no signs of fear. The person extended a single arm, and the eagle landed steadily on his forearm. We've located the whereabouts of those three. Who's going to pay them a visit? It turns out that the eagle was trained by the black-clad person, and it obediently perched on his arm at this moment. The black-clad person addressed the words to an old man not far away, who was sitting under a tree and smoking a pipe. Miss Liu is highly skilled. I think it would be best if you went. The old man's words, however, were directed at the elegantly dressed woman sitting under the tree. Didn't you see that guy in white has disappeared? Why should I go? Young master, just put your heart at ease. This woman not only dresses extravagantly and revealingly, but her figure is also enchanting, and her appearance is stunning. Her speech makes one's bones go weak, and she truly has the appearance of a national calamity. If he hadn't gone first, I would have liked to meet him. I heard that the Taoist priest from Maoshan still has some abilities, but her tone, although gentle, carries unfriendliness. And he's a handsome guy. Sigh, a tree. Why destroy it? Don't you think it's interesting to destroy something beautiful? This tree didn't grow easily on this grassland. Just from her ability to quietly destroy a lush tree, you can tell she's absolutely extraordinary. This feeling is truly wonderful, beautiful yet filled with danger. Meanwhile, Liao Fengyi and the others, arriving at the nomad settlement, had no idea they would encounter the grand festival of the nomads. Nomads from hundreds of miles away gathered, and the atmosphere was lively with horse races, eagle hunting, and a particularly exciting event, bullfighting. Most of the nomads' activities revolve around cattle, sheep, and horses, and bullfighting is a spectacle. The nomads cheered for the bulls they favored, creating an intense atmosphere that also excited the three who were squeezed in the crowd. What's so interesting about bullfighting? I want to eat roasted whole lamb. Wow, this is interesting. I'll come find you later. Xiaodi, let's go find some food first. But this depended on the individual. After watching for a while, Black Fox's excitement grew, while Xiaodi found it somewhat cruel, and Liao Fengyi's thoughts were focused on finding food. Just as the two squeezed out of the crowd, the situation in the arena changed. Black Fox couldn't be bothered with them anymore and focused on watching. One large black bull suddenly charged at another bull, forcibly breaking one of its horns. The two bulls now locked heads and were engaging in a fierce struggle. "Let's go ask the nomads if they have roasted whole lamb." The bull went wild. As for Liao Fengyi and Chiodi, they had just squeezed out of the crowd and were about to buy some food from the nomads when they heard sudden cries of alarm from behind. "This bull has gone mad." The two turned to look and saw that the crowd was scattering like locusts, rapidly retreating. Before the two could figure out what was happening, they saw two people in front of the crowd being tossed into the air. It was only then that they understood that something had gone wrong in the bullfight arena. They saw a massive black bull, as if it had gone insane, charging out of the arena. This creature weighed nearly a ton, and despite being herbivorous, when it went mad, its colossal body was absolutely not something humans could deal with. Not to mention how many people were injured in the path of this rampaging bull. Just consider this frail old man, who was so frightened by the scene before him that he didn't know how to dodge, and he was about to be charged head-on by the mad bull. "Beast, don't harm anyone." Just as the old man's petite frame was about to be trampled under the bull's hooves, someone suddenly rushed out. This was something only Liao Fengyi could do. His kick was quite fierce, actually kicking the raging giant beast off course by several steps. But this brute was incredibly tough. It shook its head as if nothing happened and fixed its bloodshot eyes firmly on Liao Fengyi. Once again, it charged ferociously. Liao Fengyi was no fool. He didn't directly collide with it. He leaped into the air to evade. In midair, he performed a move called 1,000-pound plummet and landed on the bull's back. This caused the large black bull to bellow in pain for a moment. But this beast was indeed formidable, immediately leaping and bucking wildly in an attempt to shake Liao Fengyi off. Liao Fengyi stabilized himself and used an old tree's gnarled roots to grip the bull's body between his legs. The furious bull, in pain, thrashed about even more. He was originally quite foolish and cute. This guy is just like that naive bull. Now things took an interesting turn as this man and the bull engaged in a struggle across the grassland, leaving spectators awestruck. Fortunately, the big black bull exhausted its madness and settled down. To make things even better, the now calm black bull seemed quite docile, listening to Liao Fengyi's commands as it began to walk. "Now that's better. Be obedient from now on." Liao Fengyi, whether genuinely naive or pretending, jumped down from the bull's back and gave it some instructions, regardless of whether it understood them or not. "Thank you so much for saving me. I'm deeply grateful." At this moment, the frail old man who had been rescued by Liao Fengyi approached, wanting to express his gratitude for saving his life. No need to be polite. Helping others is a duty of people in the martial world. But Liao Fengyi's attempt to say some courteous words of doing good deeds without expecting repayment was cut short as his disobedient stomach growled loudly. Do you have roasted whole lamb at your place?" Roasted whole lamb. Naturally, Liao Fengyi fulfilled the old man's request without hesitation. Yes, please come with me to my home." When they arrived at the old man's home, the three of them learned that he was originally a Han Chinese, which explained his attire. However, he had been trading cattle and sheep on the grasslands for many years, and later settled down here after marrying a local woman. "Thank you, sir. I'll go get some mare's milk wine for you." The old man was very hospitable, and even roasted a whole lamb for the three of them. The aroma filled the air, and the golden brown roasted lamb looked incredibly tempting. For a full half hour, no one said a word, simply savoring the delicious food, especially Liao Fengyi and Black Fox, who were eating heartily. "Wow, this wine is excellent." In the blink of an eye, they devoured the whole roasted lamb. Leaving their stomachs pleasantly full, they couldn't eat anymore, but they still sipped on mare's milk wine. "I really can't eat anymore. You two are disgraceful." "Me too." The fragrant scent of the grass filled the air, and the slightly cool breeze from the grassland added to their contentment, completely washing away their fatigue from the past few days. "Come, try some of the snacks my wife makes." At this point, the old man brought a plate of milk tofu and milk candy for dessert. "Thank you." Watching the hospitable old man, Liao Fengyi felt a bit embarrassed. He was about to say something when suddenly he felt a sharp pain in his head. "Fengyi, the food is poisoned." Then, Ahuo's anxious voice rang in his mind. Ahuo had been scouting ahead and happened to discover that the old man had poisoned the food. As Ahuo's words came out, Liao Fengyi was startled. Looking at the old man again, Liao Fengyi immediately noticed something different about him compared to earlier. "Who are you? Why did you poison the food?" Liao Fengyi, who was straightforward, didn't want to beat around the bush. He stared at the old man and asked the question directly. "What are you talking about? He." The old man turned his face, and this time, not only Liao Fengyi, but also Little Butterfly noticed something strange about him. A massive conspiracy was unfolding, and Liao Fengyi and his companions had to figure out how to deal with it.